Welcome back to Sonoran Living Live. You know what? Our theme this week is holiday hangover, and the reason being, and what does that mean? That means, well, you know what? You might have spent a lot of money over the holiday season, and you need some extra cash. David Goldstein, founder of Biltmore Loan, is here. First of all, David, welcome back to Sonoran Living Live. Having you here every Tuesday is a blast.
Being here every Tuesday is a blast.
Because you never know what's going to happen here, do you?
You never know. Nope. I have a fun time every time.
So tell us about Biltmore Loan. People might need some extra cash right now. How does it work?
We've talked about this over and over, and we can't talk about it enough, that the difference between us and other places you go today is the expertise. We try desperately to bring expertise to any kind of asset that you may have, and then bring liquidity to it so that we can either buy it from you and or loan against it.
Okay, so and when we say anything, you mean anything. So
as you know, Terry, we've been here long enough.
You'd be surprised.
We've brought you gas pumps from the 30s. We've brought you sterling from the 20s. We've brought you jewelry from the 1900s. So we basically deal in loan against anything that you have. We try to bring liquidity, from land to dune buggies to RVs to boats to airplanes. You name it.
All right, well, let's take a look at one item that was presented to you, and here's how it works. You send in your photo to their email address with a description, and this is one of the items that you got in?
This is a silver necklace done by a very fine designer, Leslie Green, and she's very well known, and this has diamonds and onyx in it. And this necklace retails for $575. And this is a smaller item that we thought would be a good example, because this item was only something that we could only pay $125 for.
But you know what? It's easily mistaken for costume jewelry, I would imagine. We can't really get a good grasp of how it looks close up, but you know, if you're not sure, that's why you're available.
That's what we do, Terry. We go through. I mean, this was a woman that brought in a box of costume jewelry, just as you said, and we went through it. We picked out, and there were a few different pieces, but we wanted to show that there's, even down to the $100, there's value in a lot of different things.
You bet. Well, because there's just value in maybe even the gold or the silver even, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And there's also some saleability to the fact that it's a designer line.
Ah, okay. There's just so many things to know, and that's why we have David, because you do the research for people, and you also encourage people to go and get other opinions.
And we're going to show you that in one of our later segments.
Okay, and let's talk about, I know we're going to talk about it a little bit later, but I do have to kind of tease this a little bit for folks, because they're going to be wondering why Terry's wearing this big, huge diamond. Look at this baby. How many carats is this?
This is a 5 carat, just over 5 carat, and this is a fancy yellow diamond. So what people call canary diamonds.
You know what? We were wondering that, if it was a canary diamond.
Canary is a trade term, not really a real descriptive term. It's something that we use, but it's not a true gemological definition.
Now, coming up in the next segment, I'm going to show you a ring I have.
Okay.
And you know what? It's interesting, because just we were talking about, I mean, it's no way as brilliant as this, but you know what? You've got me thinking. I'm wondering, what's it worth?
We're always willing to look at everything. I'd be happy to look at it.
All right, we'll look at it in a little bit. So here's what you can do. You can email pictures. Oh, we're going to talk about this ring coming up in the next segment, by the way, and you will be amazed at exactly what it's worth. You have something you're wondering what it's worth, you send in your picture with a description to info@biltmoreloan.com. And you know what? The fine folks at Biltmore Loan and Jewelry, they'll do the research for you. They'll get back to you and say, hey, here's, let's set up an appointment, or we'll come to you. 480-991-LOAN is their phone number. BiltmoreLoan.com, their website. And you know what? You can like them on Facebook. We'll talk more about that later as well. Facebook.com/BiltmoreLoan.